This training tutorial will cover checking clients into beds. Before you can proceed to checking a client into a bed, you must confirm that the client has an open enrollment. As you can see, I am in my client workspace, and simply by scrolling down to the enrollments for my client, you can see that I have a open enrollment for Austin Street Emergency Shelter, and that enrollment started today. Now that I've confirmed there is an open enrollment for the client, let's navigate over to your housing workspace. From the housing workspace, I want to click on New Reservation / Check-in from the left side of my screen. And this is where you're going to see all of the different rooms that are available here at Austin Street or here at your agency. And over to the right, you can see how many beds are currently available at this point in time. I'm simply going to scroll down and just check a client into one of the beds that's available. You can see that Women's Square D, Volunteer 1, there are 10 beds available for this particular room. This setup is all dependent upon how your agency has asked us to set these beds up in HMIS for you. Let's click on check-in. Once I click on check-in, you can see here the facility name will pre-populate for me. The rooms, if I needed to switch up rooms, I can do that from here. The check-in date, I do want to leave that as today's date. I can either check my client into a very specific bed. These are a list of beds that are available right now at this point in time. As more clients are being checked into a bed, then when that bed is no longer available, it won't appear here in this drop-down box. If you don't select a specific bed, then the client is just checked into the next bed that is available. You can skip over chore or storage facility, but you do want to find your clients. I'm going to click on the magnifying glass here, and I am going to find my client, Frida Test. You can see that she appears here at the bottom, and I've clicked on my client's name. I'm able to confirm that this is a correct client based on their date of birth and their gender. And notice that I do have to select an enrollment. Remember at the beginning of this video, I said that the client does have to have an open enrollment. So once we've selected that enrollment, there is an option if the client must be on a bottom bunk that may or may not be applicable to your agency. You may not have bunks, so you can skip over that. But let's click Save in the bottom right corner. After you've clicked Save, that client has now been checked into a bed. By scrolling up and down, you can see what beds are currently available for clients to be checked in. You can also change your date here. If you want to take a look and see what beds were available yesterday, then all you have to do is just change that date. If you want to take a look at today's date, all you have to do is change the date and click the update button. You can also come over to your favorites menu on the left side of your screen. The very last option should be reports. Let's go ahead and expand reports. And here is a check-in roster report that is available for you. All you have to do is scroll down. Let's leave this as today's date, and we can click on the report button at the bottom. And it'll take a few moments for this report to generate for you. Once it is generated, you can see what clients are checked into what beds. For example, let's take a look at Women Square D. And if I click on the positive sign, I can see exactly who is assigned to that bed. This will conclude the training tutorial for checking clients into beds.